Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to YouTube, right? I mean, we're here, we're live. Ricardo with Phastek Performance. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. This is probably our third video I think we've done live on YouTube, and it's worked out pretty well. You guys have given us some good feedback, so we do appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, suggestions you guys might want to see, let us know. Not a problem. If we got to get with someone to say, hey, we need to update some stuff on some of your products, we'll go ahead and work at it. But anyways, what I have for you guys today is something that we've talked about in the past, and we've kind of shown you in the past. If you guys have seen some of our older stuff, you've kind of seen it. But it's something that's always kind of iffy because you never really know, am I going to like it, am I not going to like it? It's one of those things that it's an appearance more than it is performance. So some of you guys that are out there for performance, maybe you're not so much into the appearance, but having that little bit of added color to your underhood or interior actually works out pretty well. As you guys know, we have our shop car, obviously 2016 SS, and we're all about power, right? But we also want the car to look good, okay? I want to be able to go to a show, open the hood, and have little pops of color, little additions here and there. Don't get me wrong, I want the power to back it up too. But that little bit of addition of color always makes the underhood look pretty good. So, what I have for you guys today is a brand that we've had around for a while, and we really haven't done a whole lot with them just because their stuff it's nice. You know, it's nice, it's something that's always kind of keep up, but the only thing about it is that some of you guys are weary about installing it, putting it on. Okay, not a problem, but I want to show you guys what it looks like, okay? And I'm talking about American Brothers. Okay, it's actually American Brothers. Sorry, I'm going to repeat that because there's no S in Brothers. Okay, so it's American Brother Designs. I kind of get a little confused at times. Sorry. So anyways, what they do, guys, is they make these interior and exterior or underhood and interior accessories. Okay, and what they do is they paint match all these underhood accessories to your factory paint code. Okay, and some of you guys out there, you don't know what your factory paint code is. We have all the options available on each one of these product listings. All of these products, if that model didn't have that color or that year didn't have that color, then that color option is not going to be there. For instance, everything these guys do is paint matched, okay? All of them say, or all of them are going to have some sort of engraving, okay? They want to either have, they have the 4 different options, okay? They have the SS, the RS, the ZL1, and the bow tie, okay? So those are those 4 different options. Some of these things I'm going to kind of show you here, like here I have the oil dipstick cover. Okay, as you guys can see, it's got the oil, it's got the bow tie, right? And that's kind of their standard imprint as far as the dipstick handle cover is concerned. But what they also do on these dipstick handles is that they also take the RS, SS, or ZL1 logo and put it right here on the end. Because as we all know, when we're checking the oil on our car, we want to make sure that we know it's an SS. They do it with all the different models. I have a couple different colors right here. Still wrapped up in the package, but as you guys can see, they all look the same factory color. So some of you guys are looking here, Synergy Green. So you guys with the Synergy Green Camaro, I know there's not many of you out there, but some of you guys with that Synergy Green Camaro, there you go, there's your Synergy Green handle. And all you guys with the Red Hot. Red Hot was around for a couple of years, so I know you guys have been looking for some of that. So that Red Hot color is right there as well. Now, all these items I have here are all for different models, different generations. I got this one over here. This one's Orange Crush. So you Hot Wheels guys, I got covers for you too. You Hyper Blue Metallic, got covers for you guys too. This one right here, Krypton Green. All 6th gen colors right here. Okay, all right here, 6th gen colors. Okay, so those colors, and like I said a little while ago, on the product listing, if that color was not available in that year, you won't see the color. So some of you ZL1 guys, you 5th gen ZL1 guys, I'm going to kind of call you out right here. You 5th gen ZL1 guys didn't have a Synergy Green, okay? I know someone out there has painted their car, their ZL1, a Synergy Green. I've seen it, and it looks great, right? But factory color, it didn't come that way. So unfortunately, something like that would be a custom order. But the listing is there, so it does have all the ZL1 color options available. Now, they do have the Brake Master cylinder cover, as I kind of showed you over here. And the cool thing about this one, this is going to be something I'm going to kind of cover all of them. This one, like I said, they're all going to have the different engravings. So we have the SS, the RS, the ZL1, and the bow tie. But what's also cool and make you understand that, hey, this is for the Brake Master cylinder, is that it's got the .3 and obviously the symbol for the Brake Master cylinder. Okay, so which is kind of a cool addition when you kind of get these, you kind of see it's got all the special engravings on it. Just so it signifies exactly where it's going to go and what it's meant to do. Coming over to this side, what I got for you over here, more under the hood stuff, okay? Now this is going to be the radiator covers. Now you might be wondering, why is there a big old hole right here? Well, there's a hole right there so that way when you get it on your radiator, you can see exactly what's going on. So that way, that's that big old hole, and it's going to hold on in there. So you grab the whole thing. Okay, if you guys have ever taken your radiator cap off, you know you grab the whole thing and you twist the whole thing off. So this will all come off as one unit with your factory cap. Okay, now over here, this I have is the oil caps. Now these are cap covers, so it's not going to replace your factory cap. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty flat on the bottom side. Okay, it's pretty flat on the bottom side, so it's not going to replace your factory cap, but it's actually going to sit over your factory cap. So it's a simple install, quick and easy. Here you go. All they suggest is either some double-sided tape, maybe a little silicone, just to kind of act as a glue, so that way it sits in place. Now I know some of you guys might be asking, Ricardo, is any of this stuff hard to put on? Not so much, not so much. I'm going to show you a simple, quick, easy install right here using this dipstick handle cover. But most of this stuff, guys, like I said, is either double-sided tape or a little bit of silicone to help it kind of act as the glue to stick in place. Okay. Now the radiator covers, there's not a whole lot of room in here. Well, on the inside you can put a little bit of silicone, dab it on, right in place, no problem. Same thing with double-sided tape. You can take a little bit of that, put it in place. So for putting these dipstick handle covers, okay, and I have this one kind of apart. As you can see, this is the back side. These are my screws right here, little screws, okay? So those little screws there. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take the factory dipstick, okay? Factory dipstick, we took it out of the car here 2 minutes ago. Factory dipstick, and all it's going to do is it's going to sit right in place. So there's nothing special. We don't have to modify. We don't have to do anything to the factory dipstick. Stay as one piece. All we're going to have to do is simply slide it in place so that way it goes right on. So we're going to take our dipstick here, and I'm going to break my cardinal rule. I'm going to lay it down face down on a surface that I'm afraid to scratch. But anyways, I'm going to lay it down here, take our dipstick, and it's going to sit right in place. So you see where it's kind of sitting there. Now all 5th gen and 6th gen, you guys are going to install everything the same way. Okay, so then we're going to take that. We're going to take our cover on the back side. We're going to lay that in place. Okay, and you can see it kind of finishes it off nice and well. Now it's got a little bit of pressure, so I'm holding that down. Take one screw, take our tool here, and go ahead and get it in place. Now obviously when you guys are putting this on, you want to make sure that that screw doesn't get cross-thread. I know a lot of guys out there say cross-thread is better than Loctite. I'm going to have to disagree, guys. I'm going to have to disagree. Not in a situation like this. In a situation like this, you want to go in together nice and simple and easy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lock that second one down. And there you have it, guys. There you have it. There's our dipstick handle cover. Going to add a nice little bit of color to the underhood, because we know these factory cars, they look very dark. Let's add a little bit of color to it. Why not, right? Now, I didn't mention these, but I will go ahead and mention these here. There are the different hood shock rods and the trunk shock rods that are all available also. Quickly looking at this here. Now, the difference between these is that they all are going to have the Camaro in the center. Okay, but you can see here, hopefully you can see, this is kind of a silver rice metallic, but you can see it here, you can see the SS engraving. Well, you RS, you ZL1, or you guys want the bow tie, those will be swapped out. So depending on the option you choose. Again, this all goes back into those links that have the correct information there with the paints, the paint options, the engraving options. It's all there, guys. It's all there. But where does all this stuff go, right? Probably asking yourself, I know I kind of threw it at you. You might not know where the brake master cylinder is, okay? You might not know where your oil cap is. Hey, but not a problem. I'm going to help you point it out. I'm going to help you point it out. I'm going to make sure so you understand you can do this at home. It's really not anything difficult that requires you to go to a shop or anything and have customized. It's something you can do in your garage. Very simple, very easy. Max 30 minutes. 30 minutes to kind of get all this stuff kind of put on. Okay, so I'm going to get my camera guy over here. Come on. Come on. So I'm going to get my camera guy over here, okay, and I'm going to show you guys. Now, you saw that we have the oil dipstick handle. Now, this oil dipstick handle is obviously going to go right back in the factory location, right? So, all I'm going to do is go ahead and feed it down And guess what? It adds a little bit of color. Okay, it adds a little bit of color. Now you might be asking yourself, well, I'm going to see that cover, you know, your opening right there. Hey, not a problem. Let's take our dipstick handle and go ahead and turn it 180 degrees. Now you don't see it on this side of the car. Yes, if you're on this side of the car, you're going to see it. But that's where kind of an expansion tank might come in. It might hide it a little bit better, so you might want it either way. Me, personally, I kind of like the way this looks, only because I'm going to see the bow tie, I'm going to see the oil, and if you wanted to get real fancy, I mean, you can turn it that way, but it's going to interfere with that. So, where does all this stuff go, right? What kind of covers do they have? What kind of paint options do they have? What's available? Okay, so we covered that they have virtually everything for the under hood, right? Okay, so here, brake master cylinder. You remember that little brake symbol we kind of talked about over there? It's got the .3. That's going to sit right over here. Okay, and like I said, it locks down pretty well with a little bit of double-sided tape or a little bit of silicone. And then you can also twist your factory cap off. Factory cap's going to come off with it. So you guys can see here, it's machined very well to fit right around the factory cap. Okay, and it's going to go right back into place. And it lines up looking up and down as compared to something else that's going to be a little off angle or a little bit this way. It all depends on where you're going to line it up and stick it down. So everything works out very well. Now your oil cap. Now I want to say on this car, I think I have it double-sided tape, okay? But on you 6th gen LT1 guys, obviously your oil cap's here on the driver's side. You SS guys for your 5th gens, it's going to be on the passenger side, okay? You V6 guys, I think it's on the, I want to say it's the driver's side as well for you 5th gen guys and 6th gen guys. I'm drawing a blank. I want to say it's on the same side. It might be a driver's side. Anywho. So moving on, like I said, it's a simple cap. It goes over your factory piece. Okay, so there's your factory cap. There's just kind of show you it's machined nice, very well. Everything's covered very well. So a little bit of double-sided tape, a little bit of silicone, and it's going to go right on. And then all you do, take a cap, slap it back on, and you're done with that install. So there's 2 caps installed in less than, let's call it less than a minute. Right, with a little bit of tape, a little bit of silicone, they go right in place. Now, moving to the front half of the car. Now, you 6th gen guys, I don't have a radiator cap up front. What do? It's off to the side. Don't worry about it. 5th gen guys, you guys have a radiator cap that sits right up here. So this is where, okay, this is where this cap is going to come into play. Okay, you have your radiator cap sits right up here, and I have that one sitting over here. So I'm going to show you 6th gen guys in a second. Your radiator cap sits right up here. So it is virtually just going to replace and sit right over your factory cap. Again, using a little bit of double-sided tape or some silicone to lock it down once it dries. The silicone kind of acts like a glue once it's dried. And don't worry, the silicone won't damage the paint or anything like that. You guys might be asking yourself that. It's not going to damage the paint. So it's going to sit right up top right there. Okay, so moving on with the 6th gen. We already covered your oil cap. Okay, we got that covered. Now here's your factory expansion tank for your 6th gen guys. This is your expansion tank. Obviously, we have the Granatelli one on our car, so it looks a little different than the factory orange piece, okay? Now, the cap here, on the Granatelli tank, it is shaped a little differently. So this cap, although we have gotten it to work, you can see kind of exposed the tape. I want to make sure I can get it to work. Although it does work, it doesn't have the same grooves. The Granatelli cap does not have the same grooves as the factory one. So obviously there's a little difference there. But it does still fit. It's a little looser, okay? But it does still fit with the Granatelli cap. Your factory cap, it's going to fit just fine, okay? It's going to fit just fine. It's going to sit right in those grooves, similar to what we showed you over on the brake master cylinder and your factory oil cap. So it's going to sit right in those grooves, and you're going to be able to twist on and off your cap, no problem. Now, moving on to, and I'm looking at it right now, I don't have one. I'm going to have to get with them and find out why I don't have one. But not a problem. I might have one upstairs. So, your washer cap. There is a washer cap. I don't have one over here. I didn't show you guys. But the washer cap works the same way. It's going to sit right in this groove, so it still leaves this tab right here exposed. So you can still open and close it, no problem. A little bit of double-sided tape, a little bit of silicone, and there you go. There you have it. Still fully functioning. Now, 6th gens, it's over here. 5th gen guys, you're over here with that cap. Okay, you're over here with that cap, so keep that in mind. It's just the different locations of where you guys have all this stuff. Now, moving over to one kind of piece that's a fairly large piece, and we kind of mentioned it over here, is the hood shock rods. Okay, the hood shock rod covers go right in place. And as you can see, these are the Summit white ones that we have here. The SS, it's got the Camaro engraving on it, and it slips right over the factory piece, so that way it sits right in the factory location and there is virtually no problem. Now with this one, now with American Brothers, they didn't put a set screw. There are some other brands out there that have set screws that hold it in place. American Brothers didn't, because their machining is so precise that there is no need for a set screw. There's no need for them to have a set screw. What they do is they put a little bit of rubber in here and they make it a tight, firm fit. So that rubber kind of holds everything in place. You don't have to worry about it sliding off. Guys, I mean, I'm tugging at this to move this down out of the way. It's not going to move. Okay, it's going to stay right there. It's going to stay right there. It's not going to move. So you don't have to worry about it loosening, coming loose, hitting anything. No problems. So that's the underhood stuff. Now, you might be asking yourself, what about my trunk? Don't worry, they got trunk shock rods too. They got all these kind of different accessories for you guys. 5th gen and 6th gen, I'm telling you, they got a whole bunch of stuff. So you can colorize your entire car, exterior, underhood, trunk, and even the interior. I'm gonna show you the interior, okay? Now we've made some changes on the interior of our car here recently, and we did have to take out one of the AC vents. And you're going to find out why in the next couple of weeks. Don't worry. You're going to find out why in the next couple of weeks. But I do still have all the American Brothers stuff on the knobs. And since we spend a lot of time driving the car, and you guys know what the interior looks like if you're a Camaro, right? You guys know that, hey, although it looks great, it could use a little bit of color. You want that little bit of pop, right? You won't just want the little accents. Well, that's what they did. Okay, now I'm going to invite you guys in. I'm going to go jump in on the other side, but I'm going to invite you guys in, and I want you all to take a look at all the accessories that we have in here. So while I jump around, I want you to jump inside and take a look. Now we all know what it's like. We all know what it's like driving these cars, right? They're fun, they're great. We have a great time driving them down backcountry roads, daily driving. Some of you guys that are involved with the daily driving, and y'all do. Some of you guys that just use your car for track time. Some of you guys that use your car just for shows. Who knows? But the interior stuff. Now it's very nice. Okay, their interior stuff is very nice, very well finished. Again, offered in all the factory paint match colors. I'm sorry, paint match colors. So the paint match colors are all there, and what they also do with these is that they add this nice little groove to them. Okay, that nice little groove has a nice shine to it. Well, that little shine pops off all the other little trim rings that are on the car in various places. Okay, so they kind of added that little trim ring just to have that extra little pop. Okay, so we have the, starting way over here, we got our AC vent over here, and it's going to come with 4 AC vents. Okay, you guys might be asking yourself, do I have to buy everything separately? No, this is a full kit. Full kit's going to come with everything interior. So you got your AC vent, and you're going to get 4 of those. Why? Because you got 1 over there, 2 here, and 1 over here to the side that I can't show you yet. I can't show you this side yet. I'm sorry. But we got that one there. We got our radio knob, we got our indicator, and we got our wipers. I mean, we got those 2 also. And I'm going to pull this one off here. We got our dimmer switch over here, just because you can't really see it. It's way back here. But this is what the kits look like, guys. Very nice, very machined, and they fit over all the factory stuff. So with the interior stuff, there's no need for silicone, double-sided tape. There's no need for it. It all just pops right back on. It's a nice, firm fit. So everything's going to go right back in the factory location, sit over the factory knob, allow full functionality out of your stuff, but while adding a little bit of color. Because like we said, we spend most of the time behind the wheel of the car, right? We need some color. So, American Brothers, that's who we're talking about. American Brothers, in my opinion, has really kind of knocked it out of the park with their color match options. Okay, now, so going back over here. They really knocked it out of the park with their color match options and all the stuff they have available. Okay, and like we said, going everything from the hood shock rod covers, the trunk shock rod covers. There's on the 5th gens, you have a panel right there, that latch panel, that sits right by the trunk. Where you lower your trunk, it sets down. You got a panel right there that they have that too. Okay, all the caps for everything under the hood, everything goes along very well for some of your paint match stuff that you guys have going on. Maybe you got some of our underhood plates. This is what it looks like with the little additions as far as the other paint from American Brothers. All the little caps, everything goes from there. So everything really kind of plays a factor into getting all your colors together, making sure everything matches, and you want it to look good. So going back over here, finishing out, American Brother Designs is who you want to be looking for. They have the absolute perfect paint match color. And guys, we talked about the hard colors to paint match. These are some of the hard colors to paint match. All you Hot Wheels guys, I know you guys like paint match stuff. Why? Because that color is unique. It's very unique to you guys. Yes, they did it. They brought that color back in 19, and it happens. You know, sometimes GM, if they like a color, they like the people that like the color, they might bring it back. But you Hot Wheels guys, you all have a little signature stuff that you guys have. And all these colors are very specific, very hard to do when you're talking to your paint guy. The Krypton Green, you guys too. Not a whole lot of you guys running around, but underhood accessories make you guys' car even pop that much more. Okay, so it's really something you guys want to pay attention to when you're trying to find underhood accessories. Okay, these paint match options are absolutely spot on. The Hyper Blues, the Red Hots, the Silver Ice Metallics, the Summit Whites, Gloss Black, it's a little easy to do, but still, it's there. All the color options have been there. The Synergy Greens, okay? All you guys that are still accessorizing, you're picking up these cars second hand, maybe even third hand. You're picking up these cars and you want to accessorize them because you want to go to shows, you want to get involved, right? American Brothers, they've been around, they've been doing it. Absolutely perfect paint match colors. So you guys, in case you guys are looking for anything like that, that is something you want to be looking for. Okay, so that kind of wraps it up, guys. That's what I have for you guys today. Hopefully, if you guys have any questions, shoot us a message, leave us a comment. We'll go ahead and get back to you. Again, I'm excited for you guys to be joining us. We'll see you guys hopefully here in the next week or so. Don't forget, we have Camaro Fest coming up in July, so do make plans for that. And we'll see you guys hopefully next week. All right, so y'all have a good week, and we'll see you guys later.